Today we learn something about the anatomy and physiology. So, in the physical education and sports, in the subject of physical education, anatomy and physiology is a part, is a broad syllabus. You have to complete, you have to deep knowledge about anatomy and physiology if you want achieve something or if you want the examination clear. So, now let us discuss something about the anatomy and physiology. Mainly, the anatomy actually came from the Greek words, which means atoms, which means atoms or meaning cutting up, because the earlier study anatomy involved the discreting organism and examining their internal functions. Let's carefully observe the what actually anatomy. The anatomy actually Greek words, as earlier says, the anatomy actually is a Greek word. As earlier said, anatomy actually a Greek word. Okay. So, in here if you drop down actually what actually anatomy is, then ana, if you carefully observe here, ana means effort, or tomy means, or ana means attack, or tomy means cut. That means the anatomy is the cutting up, because the anatomy actually involved to describe the function, describe the structure of human body or human organism. So, if you want anatomy means anatomy, there are various keywords. If you want anatomy, you have to memorize the describe, you have to memorize shape, you have to memorize shapes, you have to memorize structure, in all those things describe shape, structure in three things. What for or of human body, okay, or human body in relation with the another, that's mean in relation with another, that's mean it's happens want by others, that's mean anatomy. Actually, if you one liner say what actually anatomy is, so you can say anatomy describe the structure of human body, or anatomy is describe, anatomy is study of, anatomy defined as study of the structure of human body. Okay. And there is a type of anatomy, you must know the type of anatomy. The anatomy, as I always say, that the anatomy is describe the structure of the human body, and anatomy we can describe, or we can define, and we can classify the two types of anatomy. First one is the macrostructure, and second one is the microstructure. What actually macrostructure is, or microscopics means? Microscopics means the gross. Microscopics means the gross, and macroscopics means the gross, and microscopics means need a microscope. That's mean we do not see, or we do not observe in naked eye. If you want to describe the structure, then we have to use a microscope to show it, to observe it. In invisible eye, there is various regional, like body areas, like various systems, like various various organ, various body areas, okay, like various organ, various systems. And if you need a microscope, that means cytology. Actually, what actually cytology is? The cytology means the what do you know? by cytology. The cytology, actually cytology nothing but the study of cell, okay, and histology nothing but study of tissue, histology nothing but study of tissue, okay, study of tissue. There is a level of various level of organism, like chemical level. For consist a cell, we needs atoms and molecules, okay. Then after the atom and molecules will go out, the cellular level will come, and cellular level is basis unit of life. Cell, actually we know that cell is basis unit of life. Then tissue level means there is a various cell, like first atoms, molecules, then here came after the, no, there is not, is that first is the atom and molecules, okay. Then came after the cellular level, atom, molecules, after that cell will come. Then organ will come, various cell make a organ, after that various organ make a system, after that various systems make a organismal level, that's mean human body, that's mean entire living being, okay. That's mean atom or cell is came here, that means cell, after the organ, after the systems, after the various living organism, okay. After get the various informations about anatomy, we need the know actually what physiology is. Then if you want to describe what physiology is nothing but the described function of human body. Physiology is nothing but the described function of human body, okay. In here also the Greek word physics, in here also Greek word physics means nature, and logos means Greek mean words, and logos mean minute, and Greek, and logos mean the study, same as, and the study, okay, and the study. So a minute, wait. Okay, so here physiology is the branches of biology that function in process of the living organism as their body part. Physiology actually function of a biology, physiology nothing but a function of biology. पेन काम नहीं कर रही है हमारा. Okay, function of biology that deals with the how body works, that is the physiology. Now after a day I will actually discuss the details about physiology. Right now in physiology, right now we have to know the basic idea about physiology. Physiology nothing but describe or study the function and process of the living organism, In simple term, physiology explain how body works. In simple term, physiology explain how body works. So, and also it focus the organism, systems, tissue, cell carry out, and chemical and physical function to keep the body lives and healthy. It answers the question like how does the heart pump blood, and how lungs exchange the body exchange how lungs exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide, and how do kidney filtered waste products. So anatomy tell the structure of the heart, and physiology tell how heart beats and pump blood through the body. That is the main things. Nothing about the nothing very tough. Anatomy describe the structure and physiology describe the function. Okay, all those things. And after that, the major functions, if you want human body, there is a lots of major functions. There is a lots of major function of human body. First one is the nervous systems. Major system. What actually nervous system? Nervous system, cellular system, nervous system, circulatory system, respiratory systems, digestive system. Okay. Muscular systems, muscular system. Okay, all those things. And major organ, there is a systems. And major organ, what are the major organs? Major organ, the brain, heart, lungs, stomach, liver, kidney. And what is the basic function? Movement support, sensory processing, nutrients and oxygen transport, waste product elimination, and energy productions. There is some basic system. And if you want the branches of, if you want to know about branches of anatomy, that anatomy earlier says that what actual anatomy is. Earlier says the what actual anatomy is. The anatomy is a microscopic anatomy and microscopic anatomy, gross anatomy. Gross anatomy means macroscopic anatomy. So microscopic anatomy, and anatomy, that is cytology and histology. That means cytology or histology. And gross anatomy means the regional anatomy and systematic anatomy. Regional anatomy and systematic anatomy. And regional anatomy ki thorax, abdomen, pelvic, upper and lower limbs, and heart, neck also. And systematic anatomy means involve system, various system like reproductive systems, alimentary tracts, urinary tracts, and the respiratory tracts. Okay, there is a lots of systems came under heads. That's mean you need to remember actually anatomy is various types. Only basically two types. First one is the microscopic anatomy, and second is the macroscopic anatomy. Macroscopic means gross anatomy. We do not need any microscope to see that, observe that. Okay, observe that. That is various systems like skeletal systems. If you want to a skeletal system, so to it is very easy. They need not any microscope to see a bone also. Okay, that is the main things. And anatomy physiology and exercise physiology. There is a exercise physiology also. You have to know what actually exercise physiology. Actually, exercise physiology is nothing but a applied sciences, applied physiology. Okay, applied physiology. So exercise physiology is a branch of physiology that is how body responds to physical activity and exercise. Both of the term, the acute and responses, acute and response to long term, acute and responses to the long terms. Okay, acute response to the long term. Actually, when exercise applied on the physiology, actually it's better to know that when exercise is applied to physiology. That's why we in BPL or MPL we learned something about effect of exercise. You can remember all those things. Effect of exercise on effect of exercise on muscular systems, respiratory system, etc. Okay, etc. So that came under exercise. Exercise is a scientific study of functional and physiological responses and adaptation also. And adaptation, that's mean adaptation means the difference how body function or how body adapted or how body adopt the adopt the intensity, level of intensity or level of functional capacities, and how would he adapt the certain types of volumes, loads, whatever it is, the adaptation level. Okay, that is anatomy. And the systems and function during exercise. Okay, system, we know the system: muscular systems, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, metabolism, not hormonal, and thermoregulatory. So in muscular system, the muscular contraction, strength, endurance, we know about that. Heart rate, blood pressure, blood flow, etc., etc., and like oxygen transport, the respiratory system, how breathing rates is increase or decrease, or lungs capacity increase or decrease, oxygen level capacity, and CO2 exchange, whatever it is, and the energy level production, that is the metabolism, and the affecting of the performance, hormonal level, how adrenaline, how insulin affecting on the performance, and body temperature, and also sweating level, body temperature, and also the sweating level, and hydrations. Okay, that is all those things. Okay, to improve sports performance, actually what actually exercise physiology, exercise nothing but through all those things. If exercise apply on the human physiology, if exercise apply on the human physiology, actually human physiological function, human physiology is dependent on the exercise. Actually there is a two types of variables we can consider. Number one is exercise, and number two is physiology. And physiology mean, okay, physiology, na? Okay, and exercise, if you want, exercise is a independent variables, and physiology is the dependent variables. Dependent variable means what? Dependent variable means what? The physiology or function of human body is depend on exercise. It's very clear about that. Okay, and let's design safe and effective training program, rehabilitation program, chronic disease and management, and general health and fitness, all those things. Exercise physiology. Okay. If you want exercise, the exercise physiology, the responses of exercise physiology, what actually is, there are various responses. If you do regular physical exercise, if you do regular physical training, if you do various physical coaching, so we need to know the adaptation process also, and also the responses. The immediate effect, certain, if you will go 100 meters sprinting, then immediate effect, what will be the immediate effect? Is heart rate increase, it vital capacity decrease, whatever it is, you have to know. A long term, in the same way, what are the long term effect? Muscular hypertrophy, what are the long term effect? VO2 max, what are the long term effect for endurance? Okay, in the performance basic. Chronic means the long term, and acute means the responses. Okay, in physical activity, the physical activity nothing but what actually physical activity is. The physical activity, for any movement the body produces skeletal muscle that require no energy expenditures. So every activity, type of various physical activity, every activity is recreational activity, occupational activities, exercise activity, and sports. In sports there is a various activity like we are walking, climbing, staring, and cleaning, and dancing, swimming, etc., lifting, carrying out, and the jogging also might be the training and yoga also, and football training and basketball training also. So like now after not today, I'll discuss how many bones are there in skeletal systems, and what are the divisions of axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton, and what are those of bones. Okay, I will discuss by today. I'll discuss now. So let's leave it. I will discuss the systems, the skeletal systems, and axial skeleton and appendicular skeletons in other videos. and what are the bones of skeletal systems and exoskeletal and appendicular skeletons. Okay, thank you so much. For general knowledge, at least at least for general knowledge, at least 115 minutes to 300 minute moderate intensity of aerobic exercise per week, or 15 to 200 minutes per week for vigorous activity for adult. For adult, vigorous intensity activity or aerobic exercise mean the week aerobic exercise mean like endurance training, like treadmill running. Okay, and vigorous intensity like the sprinting or others those things, those with the various high level of intensity, high level of intensity. And physical activity, any body and movement, we know that physical activity what actually it is, any body movement we can consider it is physical activity, like planned, structure and repetitive, that is a exercise. And including daily tasks, physical activity include daily tasks done specific by movement fitness and less intensity specific, like target specific goal, less intensity specific like target specific goal, like long term goal. Okay, daily tasks on specific movement to improve fitness. Okay, and plan structure, that is the physiology. Okay, in here, so what we are study right now, anatomy, what we are study right now, what we will study, let's a short revision of it. Let's short revision of it. Types of anatomy, definition of anatomy, definition of physiology, there are various level of anatomy, development anatomy, whatever it is. Okay, that is the all those things we have to study. Okay, after anatomy, physiology and their physiological exercise so we have to after anatomy physiology or describe physiology, we have to develop, we have to know about the we have to